All right, Kenman here, and today it's all about the beef, the big boy, the monsters that make you question, is this ridiculous? Yes. Is it necessary? Yes. Why not? There's room for everyone in this pool. Just don't pee in it. Thick. Yeah, there's such a thing as a thin, delicate blade, slicey. But that's not what we're here for today. There's a place for the small, place for the big. Today it's all about the big, the ridiculous, the thick steaks. These slap you in the face with their presence. The wha. Second you put it in your hand, you instantly feel that power. Let's everyone think about these big boys. Whoops. Let's have some fun. Before we start, I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I purchase everything at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. As you can see on the table here today, there's multiple ways that we can go at this. Length, obviously. Thickness, sure. Weight. Stoutness. Is that a word? Stoutness. Yeah. All of them bring a smile to your face. If they do, this video is for you. All right. So how are we going to get into this today? What do you want to look at first? Let's put some stuff to the side. We'll move these folding ones over here. Get everything kind of ready so we can pick it apart. Let's just start off with this crazy Damascus right there. So, this is a Bowie knife, which is almost definition of beefy. Look at how big that thing is. So this is a Damascus, I don't know what they call it, blank, or, you know, it's been finished, but it doesn't have a handle on it. Probably got that, 2006 or 7, I think. I don't remember exactly, but it's probably been a good 15 years ago, early 2000s. I'm an artist, and it's been something that I wanted to kind of make a handle for and do something fun with, but I never did. It kind of disappeared into a box somewhere, and I found it a year or two ago, kind of pulled it out. I actually bought a couple chunks of wood. We're going to talk about that later. Unfortunately, I tried to figure out where I got it from. I don't know exactly. Like I said, you can tell it's a Damascus blade. It looks fairly nice, but I don't know anything else about it, except for it falls under the category of hog. Look at that. Anybody have any Bowie knives? Bowie knives? I don't know. I've always said Bowie. All right. Move that one along. Let's get this buck, the Buck 119. This is a USA made, beautiful, beautiful knife that's been, this model's been around also for quite a long time, easily 40 plus years. Look at the thickness on that handle. Oh, beefcake. It's 420 steel. Like I said, US made. I've been making this exact model for a really long time, so it's definitely of quality. I did purchase this one for a specific project. I've brought it up in a couple other videos. No one has made any correct guesses as of yet. Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, it's exciting. It's a video that'll be coming up fairly soon. Neat little project that I'm working on with that specifically. That Buck 119. We have a SOG Seal Pup. maybe a little bit lighter on the ridiculousness, but man, this thing is tactically ready. It's got this GFN, like a glass reinforced nylon handle that's very grippy, very ergonomic, very just sits well. It just makes you like, all right, I can cut some stuff. If I was stuck in the wild, I feel like this is something that would last. I could beat the crap out of it. It's got that little serration up there and then a nice long blade. It does have this ridge all the way across the back. I feel like you could probably do some sawing or some type of action with that. It does get thinner. It's got this little point right here. Definitely an aggressive natured fixed blade. I've had this one also since early 2000s. It's a nice one that I've had in my collection. The SOG Seal Pup Elite. I think it's AUS 8 steel. It's pretty old. Taiwan. Yeah, another nice beefcake. All right. Keep going with the fixed blades. This CRKT Stealth Model First Strike. Oh, look at that. It's like a chunk, a huge chunk of metal. But you hold that, tell me, you just feel like, man, it's weighs like 20 pounds. It's got this tightly wound, like paracord handle. Looks like there's I know like on like a katana handle they will use stingray skin. Like you can see underneath there that shiny piece. I don't know exactly what that is underneath there, but it kind of resembles that kind of stingray skin that they use on nicer katanas when they hand wrap them. It's kind of the look that they're going for that with this and the Tonto blade. But yeah, this thing is just a beefy. It may not be huge, but it's just thick. What's everyone think? Sorry, I hit the camera. Is everyone thinking so far? Having fun with this? The folder to rule them all. At least the ones that I've got here for us to look at. This is the Cold Steel Luzon. They make a large and a smaller version. This is the large. Let's see if I can. Oh. Now that's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is the definition of the video we are watching right now. This is a folding pocket knife with a clip. If you watch any of my shorts, I do like daily pocket checks. And I believe it's pocket check number 12. If you go back, you can watch it. I'll put a link in this video. Maybe you can get to it faster. But in that one, you see me take it out of my pocket, open it, close it, put it back in my pocket, and I was wearing shorts. What's crazy about this thing is as big as it is and as ridiculous as it is, you put it in your pocket and it kind of disappears. It doesn't feel too heavy. And it worked. I carried it for a day and it's just, wow, right? I mean, look at the size of this. I have big hands, but man, this thing, it's a folder. It's got an extra lock right there to kind of keep that blade open. It is solid, you know, for, I think these are like 45, 50 bucks. This one's actually not mine. It's on a loaner from a friend. Whoops. Because it just had to be in the video. What's everyone think about the Luzon? It's actually kind of a cool knife. Like I said, there's a smaller version. I wonder what that one's like. Actually, almost feels like a real thing. Or, I mean, a non-ridiculous knife. Speaking of ridiculous, this is from a recent video that I did. This is actually a chef knife, a folding chef knife made by Zhang Sheng. Why is this ridiculous? Well, do you like finger flicking knives? Bam. Unbelievable. We have a chef's knife with a liner lock, G10 scales, and a hole for finger flicking. Oh, let's cut some bread. Let's cut some onions. Fold it up, put it in my pocket. Oh, but I need to, boom. Definition of unnecessary. Must have. Absolute must have. If you watch some of the other videos, also I am doing a scale color dye project where you can take the scales of these lighter colored, some of the handle materials will accept a dye like a tie-dye shirt will, or certain plastics basically can take some color. So this is, I got this as an experiment so I can test it so that I can then take some other knives that I have. Oops, jeez. Why is it on camera? Look at this little teeny guy. Wow. But as you can see, I've got a bunch of knives right now that are all this lightly colored jade handle material that is going to accept dye very well. And so what I do is I'm going to plan on starting off with one, working through them, and seeing how it looks. And if I really like it, then I might take this Civivi Vision FG. So I had to focus there. Sorry about that. Because it's white, I could hit that with some color. It'd be kind of neat, but I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, we're getting hijacked. But I digress. All right, let's get this stuff back out of the way. That is another project that's coming. You can watch for some videos really soon on my first tests for some dyes. And we'll see how that project goes. All right, hijack over. Let's get back into this. We just did the Luzon. I'm going to get into the Civivi. Sorry. Civivi Mastodon. What's the Civivi Mastodon? It's a folding cleaver. Yes. The answer is yes. Did you forget the question? Why would you make a folding cleaver? Because it's awesome. Because it's awesome. I mean, comment below. Do you like knives like this? Am I crazy? No, I'm not. I know some people love knives like this. Ah, it's a folding cleaver. Enough said. Done deal. Buying that today. They have a smaller version, but why would you do such a thing? Civivi Mastodon. The folding cleaver. Come on. No doubt, one of my favorite knives is the CJRB Riff. I've been kind of showing this in quite a few videos lately. It's got that nice fuller. You can boom, finger flick it. It is a beefy, beefy taco. It is a button lock. Oh, sorry, I'm left-handed. But my right hand still works a little bit. That button lock works really nice. It's really smooth. Flicks out, like I said, really easy. It's also got the finger flicker. The blade's got some nice weight, so it really basically just drops. I really like this knife. This is probably one of my favorites overall. I just like the shape of it. I like the style of it. I like the finger flick capability. I like the button lock. I love the beefy nature of it. It's just a little bit bigger than it needs to be. But that's one of the reasons I love it. Moving on. I'm going to drop down to the cheaper for a moment here. This is a Tac Force stiletto. I got this long, I don't know, 20 years ago probably. That early 2000s, I was pretty heavy into some stuff, but I wasn't trying as hard, so I was just getting things that I found that I thought looked ridiculous, like this right here. I mean, look at that. It's like a 6-inch stiletto. It's got an assist in it, so once you get her going, it just pops out. This is not an expensive knife. I don't remember exactly what it was. It couldn't have been more than 20 bucks probably. So the quality is definitely not really there. It's just that you've got that ability to flip out that huge blade, which makes it kind of fun. Falls under the category of ridiculous. Yes. All right. Are we enjoying ourselves? Take another little sip here. Having some fun with some big knives. Got a couple more to look at here. This is another one on loaner. This is the Tactical Gears Vex. This one has got a nice beefy blade, and I held it up to a couple other of the knives that I had, and so I didn't really think it was all that beefy, but then the other ones that I had that I thought were beefy, you put it next to it and you're like, okay, this thing is got some chunk. The handle is really neat. When I had the video for this, I was talking about the shape of this handle. Now it really, my hand sits in it really nice, the way it feels and the way your thumb sits. It doesn't always fit everyone perfectly when they decide to make that shape and how big they want that specific spot for your finger to go. But for me personally, it fits in this one really nice. I really like it. It's, you know, for a $45 knife or whatever, this thing is just nice. It's the blade is just solid. There's no movement. It's got nice action to it. Flips out really good. It's a cool knife. Okay, what's left? We hit just about everything on the table except for this right here. You're like, well, I thought we were looking at beef knives. Well, you know, this is definitely a beef knife. For the size that this is, look at how thick that blade is. This one I ordered online. I was looking for a piece of titanium. This is the NHDT SW701. It's about $25. Oops, goodness, it's so small. My hands are huge. I found it on Amazon and I tested it out because I wanted something that had some titanium on the handle. It actually says it has a S35V and blade steel. It is sharp. It's a nice blade. And like I said, it's thick. It does feel nice on the edge though. It's pretty slicey for as big as it is. But the handle, like I said, is made out of titanium. And I have access to titanium anodizing equipment. And if you saw, I have a short that I did on this particular knife where I changed it. The handle actually used to be silver and I anodized it to make it this blue color. And it's kind of worn in nicely. I really kind of like the way it looks. It's just a fun little knife. And for the size that it is, it's definitely a beefcake. And it has this presence. You know, if I were to not have this like a scale of size for you to look at, if I were to put it like on this right here and get it up. Yeah, my hands are still in the way. But you know what I'm trying to say. It's like when you don't have anything for scale around it, you look at that thing, it looks actually pretty big. But it's a fun knife. I thought it'd be fun to add to this list. And just, you know, talk about some crazy stuff. So, am I out of my mind? Like I said, big knives are cool. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me what knives I'm missing. I know there's a couple cold steels that they make that are just absolutely out of control how big they are. If you ever watch some of the cold steel videos where they cut up pigs and do stuff, if you haven't been exposed to that, it might be something for you to check out. It's pretty neat. Cold Steel does some crazy stuff. But I just wanted to talk about a different type of knife that I am into right now and wanted to get a few out and kind of showcase them. Just kind of do some discussions. What does everyone think about this big Bowie knife? I got to get going and make a handle for this, huh? For sure. Well, that's going to be it for today. If you enjoy what you see, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more. It helps me out and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp and we'll see you next time.